There will be an Imric solo session. I just think that in terms of game time, my solo session is going to take a bit more time. So it needs to be a good point when we can afford a bit of downtime. Do I think I have sufficient riches to employ the airship wizards? Well, depends for how long, yeah. I mean, we've got a lot of gold. I mean, we've got so much money. Holy shit. Christ. I didn't realize we have that much money. That's insane. Are we planning to pursue the Necromancer? We definitely are. I think we've got to discuss with Neil how that's going to work, given the Anton solo session went. Are you going to be able to cut her off in the Voden Plains by recalling? So she's in the Voden Plains, which is over here, right? Well, so you're saying if we recall up here, we can then cut her off. I mean, I think, to be honest, how many miles can I go with Polymorph Self? Isn't it like 80 miles or something? I mean, I'm pretty sure we can just, like, rock up on her now. The session's not scheduled just because I need a lot of in-game time in order to make it work. So we just got to make sure it's after... You know, it might be just after we kill the Necromancer, to be honest. I'd be impressed if she didn't have teleportation amulet like you guys, since why would Scoria give her best assassin a get out of jail free flop? I think what I've noticed from chatters is this idea that magic items are quite easily found. Like, I don't... Like, you know, where people are saying, like, oh, can't you just ask about this magic item? Like, I don't think that there's more than one teleportation recall amulet. It's probably one of a kind. So I don't think it's, like, so easy to, like, oh, Justina should definitely have one of these, because where do you get them from? Are you going to pull up invisibly on her and stand in front of her and go through the vis? I mean, I genuinely think that if we catch her in the open on our own, she'll be slaughtered in one round by Tyrell. I was just thinking that Scoria is the most powerful of all the dragons. It makes sense to me, at least, that she would be able to employ a powerful wizard to make one or two amulets like that. Do you think it's a bit much? I think it probably is a bit much. I'm pretty sure almost every magic item in existence was made way, way far in the past during the, like, Age of Heroes or some shit when there was a lot more magic in the world. So I don't think it's, like, normal for it to have... I don't think it's just like, oh yeah, just go and make one of those, you know. They must make some badass items in Solemn with a higher average level. Maybe. I don't even think that... I don't think there's, like, level 14 wizards running around in Solemn as standard. As you get to these higher levels, are you consciously thinking about how your actions will affect future campaigns? No, not too much, because I'm still kind of under the impression that Neil's taking a break from this part of Arcadia once this campaign's finished. I don't know if that's still true or not. But I do have one eye on the whole meme of, like, taking over Drakis and killing the Queen and that. The reasons why I was against it was because of the implications. So now that that seems to have died a death, I'm not going to... I think I'll say it now, the only time, you know, I told you so, and I'm glad that I stopped the campaign from falling into complete memery with my cool head and, you know, level-headed actions. So I think I've saved the Kingdom of Drakis somewhat there. I don't expect any recognition for it, you know. I don't expect Tyrell or Anton to recognize what's happened there. It'll probably just be forgotten about, and that's fine, because that's all Imric wants. Imric just wants to save the country. It's, you know, he doesn't need to be right. I think the campaign now isn't that memey at all. I think it's gone into the realms of seriousness now. I think we're there, you know. The last sort of 10 to 15 episodes, I think there's been a marked movement away from memes, which I think is good. Because I was thinking about this myself. I think what makes D&D hard to do in a format like this is that you've got to hold people's interest for such a long time. Like, and if you look at the views on any of Neil's campaigns, you know, there's always, once you get like 30 episodes in, the numbers have dropped off quite a lot, and then there's like a core contingent of people who are watching all the videos. But you definitely lose people along the way, which I think is just natural, right? I mean, like, every time there's an episode, there's going to be some people who be like, you know, I'm done with this now. And, you know, when you think of, like, TV shows, there's not many, like, if you look at, like, Hardcore Heroes, which ran for, like, 50 episodes, that's, like, 200 hours of content, or, like, say, 200 episodes of a TV show. You know, not that many TV shows have 200 episodes and, you know, are still popular. So, the thing with D&D campaigns is that viewer retention is really hard. And I think the best way to have that viewer retention is to make people be invested in the characters. So, for that to happen, you need realistic consequence, and you also need, like, a realistic world, and you need people to, like, care about the characters and want them to do well. And if it's just memes and jokes, then people are going to get bored of that eventually, because who's bothered really if Kumo, you know, kills Captain Barbo in the sea. It's just a bit of a joke, it's a meme, right? It doesn't really matter. Whereas at this point, you know, I think if like Anton or Tyrell or Imric were to die, then, you know, people would be genuinely upset, and that would have like a big impact on the campaign, and it couldn't just be easily replaced. And I think that's what makes, to me, that's what makes D&D games interesting to watch, but specifically I think that's what makes Neil's games interesting to watch. I think by having a serious game, you're playing into Neil's strengths, which is that he runs like a serious, realistic world. So I think like meme campaigns and stuff like that don't really work that well with Neil's style, if you ask me. In Anton's solo session, Valthara said to Anton he has more purpose across the sea after Scoria. You think solo might be possible next, fighting the army of Verassi? Yeah, I guess so, Chrissy. When I heard that, that's what I imagined you meant. It seems like Todd VODs are getting really good numbers, even 10 episodes in for now. Yeah, the views for Tides of Death are good, and it's because Pokemon, Tato McWhiskey keeps sharing on his community tab every time that I post the new video, which obviously makes a huge difference to views. So yeah, thanks to Potato for that. Can you ask Clotus for winged boots or any flying magic item? That's something like winged boots, that would be. Is that a thing? That would be sick. When they're on the possessor's feet, he or she concentrates on the desire to fly. The boots sprout wings at the heel and empower the wearer to fly without having to maintain concentration. Holy shit, these are awesome. Holy fuck, yeah. Oh, mate, I want these so bad. Now, Rahana's sandals should be winged. That would be sick. What will you do if the queen acts against you guys after Scoria's dead? Well, I'll be shocked. Personally. Especially now that we're seemingly making amends from Anton and Tyrell's point of view with the queen's staff. I would be shocked if it went that way. I think if she did, I think that it would be justified to you know, counter-attacking or whatever. Tathos really showed interest in helping you out. Yeah, he really has. He's a nice guy. He really is. Boybu's a Nick hater, and I won't give him any good wizard items that he can use. Change my mind. I don't know. No, I'm not sure. I don't know. Listen, I agree with you. That does seem... I don't know if maybe I've got a victim complex, but I do kind of feel unduly targeted sometimes.
Yeah, boy.
But I'm not bitter about it. You know, I try not be bitter. Trodavid, thank you for the follow, my friend. Appreciate that. You guys have any family members except your mother in the Queen's line? That's a good point. We probably should, right? We should have... Well, Tyrell's got his uncle. Isn't Uncle dead or something? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he is. I think there's a good chance that Solemn is going to pull the brothers in for quite some time. Yeah, I kind of hope so. I liked the Solemn arc. I liked the foreign feeling of it and the increased sense of danger and the idea that we were more alone and we didn't have like a huge amount of like powerful resource to fall back on if things went to hell. I like that. It was over quite quickly. So, because I was kind of envisioning when we first went there that we would be tracking down each of the weapons individually, but they were all in the same spot, so it was just kind of like a one in and out kind of deal. So hopefully we can find some new leads there. I think the Black Dragon and the Ion Stones will be good, and maybe leads on more Ion Stones will take us further into Solemn. That would be cool. Is Nick doing a solo session soon? I will be, yeah. It's not scheduled. I just gotta wait for the right time in-game to do it. Sees his wife in bed with the Chad Dragonslayer Sigma male Anton McGarry. Holy shit. Just to see Moot's face, though, I would love to just slaughter Anton with William. It would be great. When's the solo session? No, it won't be this Thursday. It'll probably be... I don't know. We need to find time in-game to make it happen. Please describe how you do 44 damage to Anton in one hit with a lightsaber. Yeah, exactly. All William has to do is fail one save. Yeah, that's true, but he's got to be able to cast a spell before me. My initiative's 0, so like there's a decent chance that I'm interrupting his spellcasting. Would you ever do a set of battle with Moot 1v1 William? I mean, if he wants to, yeah, sure. Why not? Would William still beat Tyrael? His HP isn't staying out. Yeah, Tyrael's a harder fight because Tyrael's decked out in really good gear with a +5 sword, so that's tougher. Is Tyrael's sword better than William's sword? No, it's worse. William's sword is the same, but with additional properties. Like, William's sword gives +1 AC, +1 to saves, and destroys armor on crits. Anton would smoke William and kill his kids? Nah. Tyrael and Anton against William is probably too much, I think. I think 2v1 they'll win. Tyrael and Anton versus William and Grimes, though. William slaughters if he gets a lucky crit. Yeah, if William rolls... If I use the flame blade... Well, actually, no. If I use the sword, a crit is just... It's crazy damage, isn't it? But the flame blade does d12 against regular-sized people, so that's massive for damage. Oh yeah, the fire resist rings would mean that I'd have to use the rune sword, rune blade. What sword? We call it rune blade. It was in the... There was an ancient worm white dragon. It was in Caledonia, and we got it from its lair. Yeah, man, I'm doing good, thanks. Can William see in the dark? If not, Tyrael wins with ease. Yeah, no. Well, he's got a flaming sword, I guess, so yeah. Unless you mean magical darkness. In which case, I mean, I'm sure William's got a light stone, so... Destruction of armor on crits is busted. I think, at least though, their armor is magic, so they'd get a save. Their armor would get a save, not to be destroyed, I believe. Not sure, it depends on how the sword's actually written, but yeah. Kind of a weird question, but if you were to make the... If you were to make the rations the ToS crew were going to eat in character, what would you make? As in, you, Nick, would go to Arcadia and make rations for 2 months, and your character had to eat it. I think it's pretty easy. I think you do, like, cheese, right? Like, hard cheeses is one thing. Like, beef jerky, like, you know, dried smoked meats is another thing. I think you could make some pickles, you know, so you could get, like, you know, raisins and apples and stew them down in vinegar and sugar and make a pickle, and then you could eat that with your cheese. You've probably got, you know, some sort of unleavened bread as well, so, you know, cheese and bread and pickle would be pretty nice. Nuts, seeds. I mean, yeah, it's going to be like, you know, cheeses, dried meats, nuts, seeds, unleavened bread, pickles and other preserves, things like that. Pretty normal way to eat, I would say, back in the day. If the party ever meets William, will Kobe let you talk as William and tell the party anything you want, or do you think he'll restrict you on some topics? No, I think he'll let me say what I want. Here, have all my loot. I mean, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't like cheat. I would have William act as he would act in that situation, you know. I mean, they're related to the royal family, so William is going to be quite respectful of them, I would say. And also, super powerful and have done really dangerous things, and they fought the demons as well. So, I think William would have a lot of respect for them. I hope ToS won't be cancelled because of Methsony. Why would it be? I mean, I understand him being out for a day. He's not going to fucking die. He's going to be back, right? Unless you mean, like, in case Destiny becomes a meth head and, like, stops streaming, in which case I'm not sure that Tomb to Scoria would be the worst casualty of that. Too late, he's an addict now. He took it again today. How do you know? Link me the thing. Yeah, okay, that's not true. Good. Yeah, but Tomb to Scoria is not till Thursday, so you've got loads of times. I've done meth hundreds of times. I'm sure he'll be fine. Well, if Effie did it, then good enough for Steven. Do you think Neil would TPK you, or would he give you an out? I don't know. He seemed like he was gunning for a TPK last episode. So yes, I think he would. I do think that Neil thought there was a very realistic chance we'd all died in that last episode. He ain't scared to kill us, not at this point. Neil will always TPK if he has the chance. Getting counted, yeah. Yeah, he will. You know Neil. Neil, listen, he likes to TPK players, what can I say? He's not unfair, though, I don't think. Did you go over the possibility of researching getting 2 from the Dragonplane? No. I don't know. Wait, did we have a reason why we'd want to go to the Dragonplane? It seems like it would be a bad idea. Did Neil ever pull a Deus Ex Machina Divine Intervention when the party would have died 100%? Near the end of Fro. Or near the end of Homeward Bound, I mean. Will you try to trade some major noble families for high tier magic items? I mean, maybe, if that was an option, but no one said anything. I don't think the other noble families have, like, high tier magic items, really. Are you also guys planning on doing the campaign so far, as I suggest, if there's a week Koibu can't play? I mean, we haven't talked about it, but it doesn't seem like a bad idea. At this level of the game, TPK level encounters are pretty necessary to keep the combat engaging, or else it might feel like a bit of an easy kill fest. Yeah, for sure. That was the first battle where I felt really worried for a while. Even the two-headed trolls, I wasn't really worried. When Balorian said she put her magic items in a new lair, do you think it's in the Dragon Plane? That was my impression, yeah. Next time Destiny bitches at you and Mutant for rushing into encounters, you can bring up how he triggered a trap that an NPC explicitly told him about. Well, we kind of all did, though. In Mutant Solo session, Neil said Valthara will send Anton across the sea to Solemn. Should you research more about the baddies there and how to kill them? Well, that's a post-Scoria mission, so I don't think so. Do we even know what is like in the Dragon Plane? Like, can humans even survive the temperature, pressure, gravity, etc.? I assume we can survive the pressure and stuff, but from my understanding, the Dragon Plane is just like full of dragons, and everything's perfect, and it's like there's no monsters, and it's like the easiest place to live in the world, and it's kind of boring for them. Did I do any donation calls for the charity stream already? I started playing Sekiro. No, not yet. I feel bad about it. I tell you what I do have though. I do have all the books that I ordered for the guy. And I ordered a white Sharpie to sign them. I just need to send them to him. Yeah, so sorry about that. I won't be doing any more charity streams. I just don't have the time to commit to doing all of these goals. They actually asked me to like sign up and do like one every quarter, but I just haven't got it in me. Would be cool to see a Necromancer PC join a party. Like, let's say one of the brothers dies and it comes, the Necromancer has his resources limited by Square, now he just wants the dragon dead. I just don't see that working. I mean, unless it's Imric, it'd have to be Imric that died, because he wouldn't be hanging out with a Necromancer. How do you think Milestone XP should work? I'm not really sure. Neil's talked about it a lot, so I think he would have some... I think Neil would have some thoughts on it. I think if we were going to do Milestone XP, I would give Imric the level up to level 10 now. I'm only 10,000 away. And everyone else leveled up last session, and we leveled a lot of fighter up last session, so I think it would make sense for us to everyone level up, and we can switch to Milestone XP from there. Milestone XP is really dumb. The reason it's not dumb is because you'll never get to level 11 without Milestone XP, because where are you ever going to get like 500,000 experience from? I mean, you'd have to kill Scoria like 4 times over. More. 24,000 XP for Scoria. Split between 3. That's 8,000 each. Split between your 2 classes, that's 4,000 per class. So you're just going to kill Scoria, what, 125 times? And you can level up to the next fighter level? So yeah, that's why Milestone XP works. If we killed Scoria and Neil gave Moon 8,000 XP, I feel like he would actually flip the fuck out so badly. Oh dear, it would be funny. It would be funny. You go to Milestone, Neil's going to give you max 1 level? Maybe. Neil does give quest complete XP, but that's essentially Milestone XP, really. How many episodes do you think are left until the party faces Scoria? 10 to 15? I would say. Something like that. You reckon 10? Let's say like episode 60 would be the one where we fight Scoria. What's happening over the course of those 10 episodes? Well, I think we go to Solemn, we kill a black dragon there, we find some iron stones. I think we do a little bit more searching for iron stones for a couple of sessions. I think we go and kill Scoria's red dragon children. I think we maybe fuck with Scoria's generals a little bit. I think this takes us like 8 or 9 episodes. And then maybe a couple more episodes where we like speak to the elves and like prep for the battle, and then battle through the lair, and then eventually fight Scoria. The whole 2E is built around XP and milestones would favour some classes over others. I mean, yeah, that's true, but maybe a thief gets XP. Maybe a thief gets a milestone level from like a big haul, whereas like a cleric wouldn't. Is Tombs of Scoria Neil's most successful campaign by views? I don't know what Gnomes, Tomes, and Catacombs got, because that had Lillian as well, so that might have been more. But I think if you want to weight popularity and quality, I'd say it's best, yeah. I mean, I might get 2 to 3 plus in iron stones. I doubt it. I mean, really, I'm doing it Yokan for the magic absorption ones. I've explained in-game what it does. I've said it can absorb spells and therefore stop Scoria casting Dispel Magic on us. I do get the feeling that Tyrael doesn't understand why I want it so much, but I've explained it multiple times that we cannot fight Scoria if she just casts Dispel Magic on us. That's game over. Immediately we are dead. It's like, Dispel Magic, round 2, breath weapon, you're dead. That's it. Game over. You've got the Ion Stone. You can cast Protection from Fire, which makes you 100% immune to fire damage. You go in there, she casts Dispel, gets absorbed. Round 1, gone. Round 2, she uses her breath weapon, it gets absorbed. Round 2, gone. That's 3 rounds in a row we're getting to attack without Scurry doing anything. That's how you win that fight. She'll probably make the ceiling fall on us and do some random shit. I mean, maybe, yeah. Could you not just use your fire immunity more than once? Well, it's not going to work, right? Because it's like round 1, Dispel Magic. Okay, it's all gone. Round 2, we pull out another scroll and try and cast it. You lose initiative, you're dead. Does protection from fire give you 100% resistance? Yes. Wouldn't the stones get destroyed by the breath weapon? No, because they'd be protected by the fire protection scroll. If she's smart enough to dispel round 1, do you think she'll fire breath if she sees it fails? Yeah, maybe not, Fumblebook. You asked the dead blue dragon Scurry's name. He said Scurry. You asked for his real name. He shouted something in Draconic which you couldn't understand. I was talking about asking about Thara, Scurry's real name. Okay, yeah. If Scurry casts a spell, will you do 1 save for your gear to be dispelled? Or is it automatically all dispelled? No. If she casts Dispel as an area of effect, it'll target all non-permanent magical effects and potions. So all potions after save will be destroyed. And all magical effects you have to roll. She has to roll a check against the caster to dispel them. If you want to dispel a magic item, you have to cast a spell specifically on that item, and then it's temporarily dispelled for some amount of time. But I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about her casting like an AoE dispel and dispelling all of our protections, because we're gonna have like, hopefully gonna have all our buffs and like anti-fire spells and stuff. What's the plan on killing her? I mean, right now the plan is to just have... I think the best plan we've got is Witch Scroll for the Forbidden's password, buff up, have the Ion Stones, teleport directly to her, and just wail on her with haste, and just try and kill her before she can kill us.